Bongodu retired, and the Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired. The legislators also alleged that security agents were aiding bandits and criminals, adding that huge security funds were not being justified. They also alleged that the security chiefs were benefiting from insecurity in the country because of the huge funds being allocated to the defense sector. And the family of the abducted traditional ruler of Bukbe community in Kwali Area Council of the FCT, His Royal Highness Alhaji Hassan Shamidoji, has been given 24 hours to raise 6 million naira or risk being killed. The chief was abducted 2 weeks ago, and a 20 million naira ransom was demanded, but was later slashed to 6 million naira. A member of the chief's family, who preferred anonymity, told reporters on Wednesday that the abductors called through phone and threatened to kill the chief if the family failed to raise 6 million naira in the next 24 hours. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Wednesday said it has discovered 1,490,519 invalid registrations in the ongoing continuous voter registration. The commission also said the figure amounted to about 45% of the 2,523,458 completed registration. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said these during a press briefing or conference in Abuja. According to him, the figure was from completed registration starting from June 2021 to January 14, 2022. And that's it on Trending Stories. Welcome to Eagles Outlook. We get to the Big Talk segment in a bit. My name is Iheanacho Prince. Keep it with us.
3 Abuja.
The 1023 Extra Show, guys. Listen, literally is exciting in the morning. It's crazy. Like,
come and see. Come and see.
I'm so happy to be here and listening to you, Oli J.
the 1023 Extra Show, guys. Everything is a alliteration situation. And if you like to have fun, you do vibes on vibes. E for energy, baby. You need to stay connected and join me on the 1023 Extra Show. If you do not like vibes, get out.
Eagles Morning Rise. Eagles Morning Rise with
Iheanacho Prince. And it's Eagles Outlook here on your radio experience. You can count on. The time is 9 minutes, ticking out of 9 o'clock. And this morning we're talking about, the demand or the call by the Northern Elders Forum requesting that the president resigns on account of the level of insecurity we're dealing with as a country. As regards that, the presidency has also dismissed that call. Just to let you know what it is, the presidency has dismissed the call on President Muhammadu Buhari to resign as a result of security challenges. The Northern Elders Forum made the call on Tuesday evening, but reacting to the statement on Wednesday, the senior special assistant to the president of media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, said resignation is not the solution to the nation's security problems. The presidential spokesman, who said reforms in internal security will take hold soon, stated that security agencies had since intensified efforts at addressing the recent spike in terrorist activities, particularly in Kaduna and Niger State axis, as well as in the Niger Delta region, in line with presidential directives. And joining us now to discuss the situation is the president of the Northern Consensus Movement, Dr. Awal Abdullahi Aliyu. Dr. Aliyu, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, let's get to it. I'm sure you've heard of all about it. The Northern Elders Forum made that call on Tuesday evening, requesting that the president resigns on account of insecurity in the country. What are your thoughts? And, looking at the response from the presidency, what are your thoughts? Do you think that resignation is the answer to the problems we're facing?
No, I don't think resignation is the answer to this problem. Even if the president resigns, will the situation automatically stop? If president resigns, will the situation automatically change? If the president resigns, will it make the people attacking innocent souls stop automatically because the president is there? Are they doing it because it's President Muhammadu Buhari that is on set? No, I don't think so. It is a disaster that is happening in this country, and then the need for automatic, like the president himself said, the need for automatic reshuffling of the security structure is very, very paramount and very, very important. Even before I go to that, the Northern Elders Forum, led by Professor Ango Abdullahi, that is asking the president to resign. When Professor Ango Abdullahi was the vice chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, there was a protest of Ango Must Go. When that protest of Ango Must Go was going on, why did it go on? Because Professor Ango Abdullahi was underperforming, according to the student of that time. They felt he was underperforming. They felt he's not administrative enough to lead Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, and that was the reason why there was the protest of Ango Must Go. But when the Ango Must Go protest was going on, did Professor Ango Abdullahi resign personally as a vice chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria? No, he did not. So why, if he did not resign as at that time when he was the vice chancellor and there was a serious call for him to resign, then why didn't he resign as at that time? Are you with me?
Yes, we are.
So if he didn't resign, why is he calling President Muhammadu Buhari to resign now? That's number one. The spokesperson of the Northern Elders Forum, Dr. Akim Baba Ahmed, was a super permanent secretary. And as super permanent secretary, he stayed over 12 years as permanent secretary. What changes? What did he bring to the table, even as super permanent secretary? And even as of that time, there was a lot of petitions because he have overstayed. He have blocked a lot of people from growing to becoming permanent secretary himself. There was a lot of petitions against him, asking for his resignation, asking for his sacking. He is aware of it. Did he resign honorably because people were tired of his being there and possibly not performing as expected and also blocking other people's opportunity? Did he resign honorably to leave? No, he did not. And he's aware of the protest. He is aware of the cry. He's aware of the complaint. Why didn't he resign? It is not just easy for you to wake up over a day and begin to ask a president, an elected president, to resign from his seat because there's a situation. That is uncalled for. There was no need. There was absolutely no need for that their call. What I would have expected them to do as citizens, as northerners, what I would have expected them to do is look at this critically the security situation, come up with a template and advise the president either honorably, that is silently or openly, on the best way they think this security challenge can be solved. Then when the problem did not, if the president did not comply with that, they can come up and tell Nigerians, because they are Nigerians as well and they have the right to expression, they can come up and tell Nigerians that we have advised on this way we think is the right way to go, and the president did not comply. And it is left for Nigerians to judge whether what they advise on is right and it will help in solving the problem or not. And if the president is right for trying to for him to advise their advice or not, that is on one side. Coming back to the issue of this resignation of the thing, I think the right thing to do is to look at the security architecture of Nigeria and for the president to do the needful. When I say security architecture, I was part of those that were calling for the removal of the former service chiefs for 2 years, non-stop, almost every week. I am in one radio or one television station or even on social media requesting that the president remove the former service chiefs for 2 consecutive years. After removing them, I personally advise the president that if on removing, when you are appointing the new service chiefs, appoint them on the basis of acting capacity for 6 months in the first instance. If they perform, hello?
Yes, we're with you. We're with you.
For 6 months in the first instance. If they perform, then you can confirm them. If they do not perform, the president is at liberty to remove and replace them, because there is, under these circumstances, nobody is too important to be removed or to be replaced. Or if he feels they are about performing, he can add up another 3 months for them, and that will make 9 months, all on acting capacity. That will put them on their their toes. That will make them, because they want confirmation, they will do everything within their powers. They will think the way they are supposed to think deep, involve people that needed to be involved in the thinking and finding a way, a lasting solution to the security challenges that possibly could have assisted in carving out the security challenges, because they will be doing everything they needed to do, wanting to get confirmation. For that, like I said, they will be on their toes. So that is on one side. On the other side, there is an adage in Hausa that says, "Idan kadade akan kashi kuda sai siringa binka." That is, when you overstay on a sheet, it will make flies to fly around you. Now, coming back to the man who is in charge of advising on security, I think two things are happening in my opinion. Either the National Security Advisor is advising wrongly, or he even has nothing to advise on. Why did I say so? I think under normal circumstances, this National Security Advisor has overstayed, and there was call by the National Assembly, whole National Assembly, call for the replacement of the National Security Advisor, because when you overstay in a position, you tend to become too relaxed. You either lose ideas, you have no ideas to offer in terms of advice on way out of security. And also, if you're not willing to listen to new ideas, new innovations on how best to achieve, because you have overstayed, you feel you know everything, you are everywhere. Once a person begins to think like that, then that is the beginning of his failure. And I think this is what is happening right now. Like I said, either the National Security Advisor is not advising rightly, or he even have nothing to advise. So the president needed to do a rejigging of the security system, most especially that of the National Security Advisor, because everything that has to do with security finally stops on his desk before relating it back to the president and commander-in-chief. So if he is more like the chief security officer, apart from president being the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, instead of blaming the president, I think, asking the president to resign, I think it is even more fair to ask the president to replace the National Security Advisor. Yes, I agree. There is security challenges in Nigeria. Yes, I agree. The way the killings and destructions is going on is unacceptable. Yes, I agree. Nigerians are tired of this situation. Yes, I agree. Every Nigerian wants a way out of this present security situation. But resignation of the president is not the way out. Will not bring a solution to it. Don't forget. Yes, I agree. The president is a military general. The president was a former head of state. The president was a civil war veteran and other international engagement. But also, the president, as a human being, him alone cannot do it. He needed lieutenants that are committed. He needed lieutenants that are patriotic. He needed lieutenants that are nationalistic, those that will work not for Muhammadu Buhari, but for Nigeria and the citizens of Nigeria. Now he has appointed people that are doing what they are doing. Not too long ago, we heard the Chief of Army Staff saying that there is no hiding place for bandits. Wherever they are, they will feed them out and kill them off. I also heard the Chief of Defense Staff saying the same thing. But it's not enough to just say it. It is enough to match word with action. But also in doing that, they need to also be cautious and careful, so that in an attempt to try to impress the president or to impress Nigerians, they don't go killing innocent citizens who have not done anything just because you want to do something, or you want to be seen to be doing something, or you want to impress somebody because it is people are crying and you wanted to show that you are doing something, and you go after innocent persons. No, there should be credible intelligence and prompt reaction when there's credible intelligence. These are the things that are required. Like I said, the president can give a marching order, and when he gives this marching order to these security chiefs, he should give the marching order and follow it up with action. Give them a time frame within which If he has not seen changes, they should tell them to their faces, if between now and so time, there is no change of this situation, I am replacing you. They should say it to them. And once within that time span, if they did not perform, then you should replace them and put up another set of people. Nigeria is wide. We have over 200 million people, and we have a lot of people that can do that job, can even do it better than the ones that are there. And in any case, when they were appointed, I personally mentioned, we said it, let them understand that their appointment does not mean it's because they are the best among others. No, it is divine. It is God that has selected them to lead that security agency. They should lead with patriotism. They should lead with nationalism. They should lead with the fear of God. They should lead those organizations with a lot of commitment. Fine, fair enough. They are doing what they can do, but what they are doing is not good enough. They needed to improve greatly. They needed to improve highly for the situation to change. Now, but believe me,
Dr. Ali,
asking the president to resign is not enough. Cannot change the situation.
So, if you, the National Assembly, the House of Reps, to be precise, yesterday called, for the resignation or the sacking of the National Security Advisor and the Minister of Defense, and you have just re-echoed that, saying that the best is not good enough. Now, if you are in support of the sacking of the Minister of Defense and the National Security Advisor for underperformance, why are you averse? Why are you opposed to the NEF's call for the president to resign? Because I recall that in 2015, the president himself had called for the resignation and the sacking of the Jonathan administration.
Well, you see, the truth is, experience has shown that the president is not the problem. So to say, to an extent, you cannot just blame it on the president.
How so? The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, but the president will not be everywhere fighting war. That is why the Constitution provides for delegation of power, to delegate his power to some people to act on his behalf in some areas. And that is where the delegation of power to the service chiefs, to the Minister of Defense, and the National Security Advisor come constitutionally. So if the president is constitutionally allowed to delegate his powers because he cannot be everywhere at the same time, and he has delegated that power to some people, then those people ought to be doing their job. If they are not doing their job, then the president needs to remove them. Yes, the Minister of Defense is not performing as expected. He is too slow as far as I'm concerned, and then the National Security Advisor has overstayed in that position, so he's short of ideas. He does not know which way to go now. So he's just short of ideas. Overstaying a position for too long a time like that actually saturated, makes the person to become saturated. Before, when he first came in, he came in with vigor, he came in with valor, he came in with that thinking. The way he started an initiative, that initiative was even advised. We thought he would sustain it. At the end of the day, he did it. He would have gone around with the service chiefs to discuss with people at the lowest level, get the ideas from the people you disrespect, people you think have no ideas, people you think have nothing to offer are the ones who advise you on the way out of this situation. But when you think you have to be too technical, when you underestimate people's thinking on idea, or when you try to kill people's thinking or idea, believing and wanting to do only your own, you end up failing. Nigeria belongs to every Nigerian. Nobody owns the certificate of occupancy of Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to every Nigerian. So every Nigerian have a voice, every Nigerian have a stake, every Nigerian have a right to advise or suggest or initiate something that will bring solution to the security challenges or even economic challenges of this country. But when you are not giving opportunities to people who think they have something to offer, when you are not taking advice, when you don't align with new ideas so that people will not think you will fail to perform, that is why somebody or some group of people are coming up with something and you think it will help, and if it succeeds, maybe some others will say, if not because of this, we wouldn't have succeeded. That will suggest that maybe you didn't perform. Nigeria belongs to Nigerians. We are all Nigerians, so we are all entitled to everything that is Nigeria. If it is a success, we are also supposed to be celebrating the success. If it is a failure, we are all supposed to share in the failure, because we are Nigerians and we cannot change Nigeria. We don't have any other country apart from Nigeria.
All right.
So the truth is, These two, yes, I strongly also in line with them. These two gentlemen are not performing. The National Security Advisor, I overstayed, is welcome. The Minister of Defense is also not performing as expected. So there's nothing wrong in replacing them and appointing other people. There are over 200 million Nigerians, and like I said, a lot of people can do better than they are doing. A lot of people have better ideas. A lot of people have better initiatives. A lot of people can suggest way out.
Okay.
Since they are unable to perform, please, nobody should ask the President Muhammadu Buhari to resign, because he has delegated the powers, he has delegated the responsibility to some people, and those people either are not performing or are short of ideas or do not even know what to do. So he should replace them.
All right,
I
Dr.
think
Lee.
the only place I will blame the president is for allowing people to stay when they are underperforming. He still allow them to continue to perform. This is what is calling for some people to be asking him to resign. Otherwise, the president is doing good. And then let's give some hope. Let's give some hope. The armed forces, if you look
Dr.
at
Lee,
it,
please hold
and
that
other
thought.
sister security agencies are doing the best they can do. As I speak to you, the president, there's no president in the history of Nigeria that have purchased weapons like President Muhammadu Buhari.
Dr.
No
Lee,
president
Dr.
of
Lee,
the
would have to
history
take
of
a pause
Nigeria
now.
that have had a lot of money put in the budget of defense like Muhammadu Buhari. So why should anybody ask him to resign?
All right, thank you very much. The conversation continues here. This is your radio experience. You can count on. We'll be talking more with Dr. Lee, who is the president of the Northern Consensus Movement, talking with us this morning.
All your favorite music.
I listen non-stop.
All my favorite music. I listen every day. This is the home.
Eagles.
More variety.
102.3. Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Hey, this is Justin Bieber.
This is Gwen Stefani. Hi, this is Madonna. What's up, you guys? It's Nicki Minaj.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Baby, don't lie. I don't wanna cry no longer.
Eagles 102.3.
Break it down, down.
Back to the music in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Get the show on the road.
Back to some more music.
Right here. Check it out right here.
Time to break it down now. Break it down.
Eagles 102.3.
Make some noise one more time.
Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, it's the Kid 50 Cent.
Hey, what up? This Chris Brown. What's up, y'all? This is Eminem.
Yeah, what the deal? This is Nas.
You're listening. 102.3 Eagles FM.
What's up? My name's Oliver Tree.
Hey, it's Lizzo. Hi, this is Adele.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is P. Diddy. This your boy, Lil Flip.
Yo, what up, people? This is Kanye.
Yeah, it's Jay-Z.
It's Lil Jon and me, Side Boy. What's the deal? This is Ludacris.
Eagles 102.3. Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Hey, this is Justin Bieber.
This is Gwen Stefani. Hi, this is Madonna. What's up, you guys? It's Nicki Minaj.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Baby, don't lie. I don't wanna cry no longer.
Eagles 102.3.
Break it down, down.
Back to the music in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Get the show on the road.
Back to some more music.
Right here. Check it out right here.
Time to break it down now. Break it down.
Eagles 102.3.
Let's play you hit music. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Okay, everybody, listen up.
Hey there, my name is Utodo, and you're listening to Eagles 102.3 FM. Connect with us on all social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram at Eagles FM Abuja, or send us a WhatsApp message on 090-97054450. Keep listening. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hi there, my name is Kemi Michael, and you?
Show Prince. And you're on to Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on. We're talking about the request by the Northern Elders Forum urging the president to, vacate his seat. We're talking this morning The presidency has responded to that, saying, well, the president's resignation would not solve the security situation of the country, for which NEF is demanding his resignation. We're talking this morning with Dr. Awal Abdullahi Aliyu, who is the president of Northern Consensus Movement. He's joining us via phone. You could be a part of the conversation this morning. Call 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Now, thank you so much for staying with us, Dr. Aliyu. Appreciate you staying with us.
My pleasure.
Now, let's talk about this. Some people believe that the reason the insecurity has continued to thrive is because the president had selected the service chiefs from the northern region, from his region, and according to them, it's a lopsided. That's been a conversation since the President Muhammadu Buhari administration took over. That the appointments have been lopsided and all, and that's why insecurity is thriving. What are your thoughts on this? Before you respond, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
My name is Amalanewa.
Amalanewa, thank you so much for joining us.
The problem we are having about the security issue, the people on the top, they are the problem. Because the budget they make for security issue, the top ones, they consume the money without do what they send them to do. And the way the people that they send to go and do the war, when they see them, they have no weapons to even to fight those people. The people carry weapons than the military. So that is the problem. The money that to them to do the work, they will consume it. They are fighting to another to share the money within themselves. That's the problem we are having in Nigeria. Hello.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate your thoughts.
So that's my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Malariwa thinks that the money is allocated for security is being diverted, which is what the National Assembly, especially the members of the House of Assembly, the House of Reps, alluded to. That some people are, feeding fat of the allocations to security. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How was your night?
Very well. I missed you on the newspaper review this morning.
Yes. I will be very brief because the guests have spoken very well. I only want to add little to it. Right. Just like the last caller said, that maybe there is no enough weaponry for the military to fight insurgency. I disagree. A lot of money has been spent in procuring arms and ammunition for them. I don't think they lack any material, any weapons to do their job. That's number one. Number two, the guest said something that the minister and the advisors that they are still on their duty to ensure that this is insecurity. Their gift, assignment, and responsibility is the president and the commander-in-chief. Is the one that appointed those people. If those people are not competent or they are not doing the result, we is under obligation to fight them. And if any blame is to be made, the blame will be made directly before Mr. President. We should take responsibility for the failure. That's just what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayowa, for your thoughts. Join us in the conversation as well. The numbers again are 09073530044 and 09087668888. Send a message to 09097054450. That's for WhatsApp and SMS. Don't forget, you can also watch us live on YouTube and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. We're streaming there. I'll bring in another caller before we return to Dr. Aliyu. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, well, let's connect. The president may have, selected those who are serving as service chiefs and, even the defense minister and the minister, the national security advisor from one region, and that could have been the reason why all of this is happening, why this insecurity, has continued. Judging by the fact that when it was time for him to, change the service chiefs, they believe that it would have been an opportunity for him to have chosen other people from other regions to try their hands on the security architecture. What are your thoughts on that?
No, you see, the reality is the President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigeria constitutionally has the powers to appoint whoever he wishes from wherever he wishes. Most especially this kind of strategic and sensitive appointment. he needs to appoint people that he feels has the capacity to deliver. He needs to appoint people that he feels will be very, very committed in carrying out the responsibility. He needs to appoint people that he feels will be loyal 100% in ensuring that they did not fail on their assignment. This is on one side. On the other side, you and I and every Nigerian will attest to it that during the kind of the first coming of the President Muhammad was to make sure that he brought in people that are mostly from the northeast and appoint them into security leadership of the Nigerian security. First is their own region, it is their own home, their own people personally that are being killed. So they will work assiduously and 24 hours day and night to ensure that the security challenges improve or even bring to an end that security situation we were having as at that time. That is talking about the Boko Haram. I have the opinion that was why, or that was the wisdom behind the appointment of most of the service chiefs from that angle, from the Babagana himself, the National Security Advisor, to the Chief of Air Staff, former Chief of Air Staff Sadiq, to former Chief of Army Staff Burutai. They come from Northeast because at that time Northeast was the hottest part of Nigeria in terms of insecurity and the Boko Haram issue. So I am of the opinion that was why he brought them, so that they can bring to an end that situation. Now, having done what they did, whether they perform or they have not performed, Nigerians are there to judge. This is why we keep on saying that if you do good, Nigerians will judge. If you do bad, Nigerians are affected in the security challenges. So he's bringing him in as Chief of Army Staff to come and do the needful in those areas so that there will be peace in his own geopolitical zone and peace in Nigeria by extension. Now, coming back to the Inspector General of Police, the appointment is the same thing as it was done in the initial stage where he appointed from the northeast, so that those ones will now carry out with the responsibility of finishing up the Boko Haram insurgency and then role to play as far as the security architecture of Nigeria is concerned. Most possibly what they do is intelligence. They use a lot of the Navy intelligence personnel. Know that they are not that much active. So I don't think that people should be more worried about that of the Navy, because clearly, if you are a Nigerian, you know that they are playing very little role in terms of security, because unless if there's external aggression through the Nigerian seas, that is when the Navy will now be as active as they are expected. But when I say they are not that active, that is not to say that they are not gallant or they are not good to go. No, they are also battle ready if anything like that comes to, God forbid, battery. So I don't think the appointment of services from a particular zone is the reason. You go back to Jonathan's era. Is it not the same thing? Jonathan did the same thing when he was the president and commander-in-chief. So I don't think we should be politicizing this issue of appointment of service chiefs. We should allow the president to decide who he wants to become the service chief. Because appointment of service chiefs, like you know, is purely prerogative of the president, and he has to select who he thinks can do what. And every president will have his own reason for selecting whoever to become whatever. But when there's too much cry on whoever he selected and appointed that there's underperformed or it's, I don't think Nigerians shouldn't politicize the issue of security. Issue of security is beyond politics.
Right.
Practicality, it is consuming, it is destroying. So Nigerians should be looking at that of instead of saying for Nigerians to think about. This is my opinion anyway, based on my own understanding. People might express their own opinion, but this is my own opinion. But the truth is, there's need for putting the service chiefs and all the security echelon on their toes. They are doing what they think they are doing. They are doing, and the best way to improve, to make them improve, is by the president putting them on their toes, giving them a timeline, and a short timeline, not a long one, within which if they
from organization alone, the administration hasn't fared well in. But let's have more calls. Let's take 0044 and 09087668888. Send a message to 09097054450. That's for WhatsApp and SMS. Now, Dr. Lee, you're from the north, and the situation in the north of recent hasn't been any pleasant. From the killings and attacks in Kaduna to Plateau to Taraba, Niger State and the likes. It's just been everywhere. Benue State as well. All of these coming at this time. what seems to be the problem, and what do you think could be the lasting solution to all of these level of insecurity? Before you respond, there's a caller on the line. We'll bring him in. Oh, hi, in. Okay, we lost connection with that one. Try to call us back. What do you think could provide a lasting solution to all of this?
Well, what I think will provide a lasting solution, we have said for some part of it, the necessary rejigging and then putting onto the security head on their toes by the president, and he should match his word with action. That is number one. Number two, the security chiefs themselves needed to engage stakeholders at the lowest level. Don't feel big, don't feel too important. You're not too important than any Nigerian. It is just an opportunity that God gave you to be where you are, and others were there before you. You will also leave that very place. But as you are living, you should be living with a good name. You should live walking with your shoulders high, with your head up, because you have performed. You have done great job. You have done great for Nigeria, and Nigerians are proud of you. This is what the service chiefs and all security heads should be thinking of right now by the time they are leaving office. So if they do that, then they should know that they are not the masters. They are servants of the people. They are appointed to serve Nigeria. The rest of Nigerians go down, get ideas, discuss with people. They should come out of their offices. They should begin to engage people, engage stakeholders, ask for advice, ask for way out, and then when they get these advices and way out, they should go back and put it on the table as security heads. Now fine-tune the advice and suggestions that they get drastic and positive and fast way out of the situation. But when you are in your office thinking you are the flying flag or doing sarin and what have you, and thinking that you are all and all, you are the master of all, you will also fall down one day, because that office has been there before you. That office will still be there after you.
All right,
and there are others that were in that office before you. The others will still be in that office after you. So, but write your name in gold.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Eagle Radio. My name is Yusuf.
Yusuf, good to have you.
Yes, I think I totally agree with what the last caller said. The president has the prerogative to appoint whoever he wants to be his service chiefs. But he must also take responsibility for their failure. I have serious problem with the way the president is not sacking people. He's competent enough. He has done it before, even when he was a young man. He sent away the rebels from Chad and all those things that we had. That was what made us believe that he would do the right thing. But right now, his age is not on his side. And the hallmark of leadership is supervision. The president cannot supervise, understandably. He cannot move about to supervise these people as the general is. We all know he's elderly and his health is not also on his side. But these things are understandable. However, what of appointment? Sacking and putting somebody else. The president should be able to do that. If somebody is not performing and people are complaining that somebody is not performing, and you are seeing it, that the person is not performing, remove the person. Even if it is monthly, you are removing service, you be removing them. As you are doing that, you are going to get someone who will be competent and get the job done. But the way the president is allowing people to remain in power when they are not performing, sincerely, is disturbing. It's disturbing. The security situation is not good at all.
All right,
not good at all. And you know, Nigerian culture, people don't resign on their own. They have to be taken off from the seat. So he has to be able to do that. But the president, sincerely, is doing very well in terms of provision of weaponry, in terms of giving them what they needed.
All right.
I've never seen, no president has given what the security agencies ask for, all of it, without changing anything like this president. Others are not giving. They are giving, but not up to what the security agencies wanted.
Thank you very much.
But if you are close to these people, they will tell you that whatever they request, they get. So they should get the job done. And when they don't get the job done, the president should remove them without any thinking.
All right, we get you on that. Now, Dr. Lee, we're closing in 1 minute. I recall the last time you were on the show, speaking of sectionalism, you were resolute on having the next president come from the north. Have you changed that position looking at the situation as things are playing out now?
Not in any way.
Does that not make you also sectional in your thinking, Dr.
No. This is politics. Politics is a game of number. And you know that if you are talking of sectionalism, putting PDP together as a political party, it has ruled Nigeria for 14 years. Or let me say, the other part of Nigeria have ruled Nigeria for 14 years. And then Northern Nigeria, by the time Buhari will be finishing, it will be 10 years. If we are talking of equity, if we are talking of fairness, if we are talking of balance, it means Northern Nigeria still have 4 more years to balance 14 years, then we can go to the next session. We are not saying what we are saying because we are trying to be sectional. We are only talking of equity. We are talking of fairness. That is what we are talking about. So the Northern Consensus Movement is still on its position that power will continue to remain in Northern Nigeria from 2023. By 2027, then it has been balanced. Northern Nigeria would have served for 14 years after 2027. The southern part of Nigeria would have served for 14 years. That is equal. That is equity. That is balance. Every Nigerian today is crying.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to let you go. But then would that mean that would forget the military regime and all the times that Northerners were empowered?
I am not talking about military regime. Okay. I am talking of democratic dispensation from 1999 till this time.
Okay.
Putting the number of years together, by the time Buhari will be finishing, Northern Nigeria would have served for only 10 years out of the total number of years after the return of democracy in 1999. While the Southern Nigeria have served for 14 years.
Dr. Awal Ali, Abdullahi Ali, President, Northern Consensus Movement. Thank you so much for talking with us. It's always a pleasure having a conversation with you.
Thank you for having me. My
pleasure.
You.
All right, and this is where we'll have to close it. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of the conversation this morning. Olije takes over on 102.3 Extra in a bit. Olije, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
I like that.
Are you scared?
How's it going? What's happening on the show today?
Yeah. It's Baby Friday.
Mm-hmm.
All I want to say is I like the whites that you have on.
Right.
It's like a favorite.